11.2. So how we'll solve these questions we can see. The first question, PQRS is a parallelogram. QM is the height of Q to SR and QN is the height from Q to PS. If SR is equal to 12 cm and QM is equal to 7.6 cm, there are two questions. Find the area of the parallelogram PQRS and the length of QN if PS is equal to 8 cm. So first we can see what all things are given in the question. PQRS is a parallelogram. So it's a parallelogram. Then QM is the height of Q to SR. So this is altitude QM. To which base SR? To the base SR, QM is a height. Also QN is the height. So this QN is also height. But at that time what is the base? PS. Now which all length are given? SR is given. SR is equal to how much? 12 cm. And QM, the length of QM is 7.6 cm. So first question is find the area of parallelogram. So what is the formula for finding the area of the parallelogram? It's base into height. So whether any base and altitude is given? Yes. This SR and this QM is known. So we can find the area of this parallelogram directly. Because it's direct application, isn't it? How will you find the area of a parallelogram? Base into height. And this base and the height corresponding to that base, that side is also known. So how will you find the area? Area of the parallelogram is equal to base into height, that is SR into QM. SR into QM. What are the values? SR is 12. QM equal to 7.6. So 12 centimeter into 7.6 centimeter. You will get the area 91.2 centimeter square. So the first question is solved here. That is 91.2 is the centimeter square is the area. Now what is the second question? Find the length of QN if PS is equal to 8 centimeter. Where is PS? So this is PS. So this side 8 centimeter is given. We have to find the length. This length QN. This length you have to find. That is this altitude you have to find. So connect the things what you know. What all things we know here? We know the area of this parallelogram PQRS and we know this base and we know this altitude. No, we don't know this altitude, so we have to find. So using which formula we will find? Using the formula of the area of the parallelogram, we can find. We know area of the parallelogram PQRS is PS into QN. Both the formulas we can use, isn't it? This, if you are keeping this base, you can take this altitude. So PS into QN. Now area is already known to you, 91.2, because first question we found the area. Then PS, the value of PS is given 8 and we have to find the value QN. How will you find QN now? Solving for QN, 91.2 divided by 8. The length of QN is equal to 11.4 centimeter. In this way we have to find the length. Next question. Triangle ABC is right angled at A. AD is perpendicular to BC. If AB is equal to 5 cm, BC is equal to 13 cm and AC equal to 12 cm, find the area of triangle ABC. Also find the length of AD. So what is given? The triangle ABC is a right angled, means that triangle is a right triangle and it is right angled at A. So the angle coming here is what? 90 degree. Now AD is a perpendicular, that means this is the altitude. Now AB is equal to 5 cm. This side is 5 cm. BC equal to 13 cm and AC is equal to 12 cm. Now what we have to find here? We have to find the length of AD. So here they didn't give you the area. So how can you find the length of AD? If once you know the area of this triangle, you can use the formula of area of triangle and find the altitude, isn't it? So, but area is not given here. By looking the figure, can you see any other measure? Any other steps for finding the area? First, tell me what is the formula for finding the area of a triangle? Yes, area of a triangle is half BH, that is half into base into altitude. Here base we have, if you are taking this base, We can take this side as base, or we can take this side as also base. But what happens to the altitude? Is there altitude? Yes, altitude is given AD, but we don't know the length of altitude. Is there any other solution for this question? Once you look the figure and question, you can easily find out the solution. It is clearly given that triangle ABC is a right triangle. That means angle A is right angle, isn't it? Angle A is right angle means what happens to this side? AC. It will be perpendicular, isn't it? Or you can say, okay, AC. You can say it is AC is perpendicular. So you can take this AC as what? Altitude. What is meant by altitude or height? It's a perpendicular line segment, isn't it? Perpendicular means what? The angle formed there is 90 degree. Here in the question it is already given that it is a right angle triangle and right angle at A. So that means ACE, we can consider this AC as a perpendicular line. So I am taking AC as altitude. So what comes the base? If AC is altitude, what is the base? The base to the altitude is what? AB. So taking AB as base and AC as altitude, I can find the area. What is the formula? Half BH. So taking area, finding area of the right triangle ABC, half AB into AC. What is AB? 5 cm and AC 12. So what is the A value? 30 cm square. So now we got the area of the triangle is 30 cm square. Now this the area is 30 cm square and this side we know BC. So it is easy to find AD, isn't it? Again we can say taking the area of this triangle ABC as half into taking base BC and altitude AD. We can find the value of AD. So area of triangle is equal to half BC into AD. Now area we found it is 30 cm square. So substituting 30 is equal to half into 13 into AD. Now we have to find the value of AD. Now solving for AD, taking first 2 to this side. Here 2 is division, isn't it? 1 by 2 means 2 coming denominator. So taking to this side becomes multiplication. Then this 13 coming down. 13 is into, isn't it? So coming it will become division. Now 30 into 2 by 13 solving you will get 4.62 centimeter. So this is how we are solving. We are going to discuss the features of circles today. What is the speciality of a circle? Yes, it's a curved surface. It's having radius, diameter, isn't it? So what can you say about the sides of a circle? Does it have a line segment as a side? No. That is the reason why it is not included in the set of polygons. So circle is not a polygon. You know already. So the side or the length of the boundary distance of polygons we call perimeter. But since here there is no line segments as its side, what we call the distance along the circle. That means what we call this curved distance. Is there any another word for perimeter for the circles? Yes, circumference. So for circles we doesn't use the word perimeter. Instead we use circumference. So what is circumference? The distance around the circle. That means the boundary distance around the circle is known as circumference. And in the case of circle we does not use the word perimeter. So for finding the perimeter of circle we use the word circumference. So once you hear the word circumference you have to understand it is the perimeter of the circle. So what is circumference? The distance around, the boundary distance around a circle. And what it is? It's a curved surface, isn't it? Now also you know the radius and the diameter, relation between the radius and the diameter. What is diameter? The longest chord passing through the center of the circle is diameter, isn't it? Now what is the relation between diameter and radius? Yes, when we add diameter 2 times we get what? When we add the radius 2 times we get the diameter, or in other words we can say radius is half diameter, isn't it? Half of diameter is radius. So these are the features you are studying from the smaller class, isn't it? So we can see how can you find the circumference of circle, that is perimeter of the circle. See, this is a table having radius, diameter and circumference of some circles. So the first column, this is radius, this is diameter and this is circumference. So you know, if radius is 7, diameter will be its double, that is into 2 we will get 14. Then circumference, now we measured using we measured the circumference. So when we see this table, I said it is radius, diameter, circumference, and when I find the ratio of circumference to diameter, that means 44 is the circumference and 14 is the diameter. When we see the ratio, I am getting 3.14. Again in the second circle, 66 is the circumference, 21 is the diameter. Again I can see the ratio 3.14. So about 4 or 5 circles when we check, we are getting this ratio 3.13, something like that, isn't it? It's not fixed value but something 3 point something, that near to that value. So generally when we are taking the diameter and circumference of any circle or any circular shape, we can see that ratio, circumference by diameter, that ratio we can see a fixed value, somewhat rounded figure, what we have 3.14. It's not exact value but something related to 3.14, and that fixed ratio we are giving a constant pi. What is that? That fixed constant we are giving the value pi. And what is the value of pi? 3.14. What is this fixed constant? How we are taking? Taking the ratio of circumference and diameter, and we observed that taking some circles, diameter and circumference, we got that ratio 3.14. It's not fixed value but something near to that value. That constant value we gave the name pi. What is it? Pi. So circumference, the ratio circumference by diameter, we are getting the constant pi. And what is C is the circumference and D is the diameter. So from that you can find what is C. C means circumference. What is it? Pi into D. Now D means diameter. When we are expressing in terms of radius, what it is? 2 times radius, isn't it? D is 2 times radius. So again substituting here, what we get? Circumference is equal to pi into 2r. Instead of D I gave 2r. 2r is what? 2 times radius is this diameter. Now finally we get what? Circumference 2 pi r. So what is the circumference of a circle? What is the formula for circumference of a circle? 2 pi r. So we find the circumference of a circle using the formula 2 pi r, where pi is the fixed value. It depends upon 2 values we can take for pi. One is 3.14 or 22 by 7. That according to the question you can take either 22 by 7 or 3.14. That according to our question, for our solution we can take for simplification. So the circumference of the circle, the formula for circumference of the circle is 2 pi r. Now we can solve some problems. Find the circumference of circles with the following radius. What is it? Radius is given 14 cm, 28 mm, 21 cm. So first question, 14 cm. Radius is given. How will you find the circumference? So only one factor you need for finding the circumference is only the radius. If you know the radius, you can find the circumference of any circle. So here 14 centimeter is the radius. That is why I told you we can use either 22 by 7 or 3.14, because if you are taking 22 by 7, that means when the radius is multiples of 7, you can, for easy calculation, you can use 22 by 7. So you can cancel down, you know how to take it into simplest form and all, isn't it? So when you are getting radius in terms of 7's multiples, you can use 22 by 7 or otherwise you can use 3.14. So here 14 is a multiple of 7, that is they ask you to take 22 by 7, the value of pi. So giving the values, circumference, you know, to 2 pi r. So 2 is constant, 2 into pi, the value is 22 by 7 and r is given as radius 14 centimeter. Now substituting 2 into 22 by 7 into 14. Now 7 in 14 how many times? 2 times. So 7 and 14 cancel, you get 2 here. So remaining 2 into 22 into here 2. So what is that? 88 centimeter. That is why by for easy calculation, take value of pi accordingly. Second radius is given as 28 millimeter. So you will get circumference is equal to 2 pi r. What is it? 2 into 22 by 7 into 28. Here again 7 and 28 are factors. 7 into 4 is 28. So cancelling 7 and 28, you will get here 4. So 2 into 28 into 4, 22 into 4, you will get 176 millimeter. Last one, 21 centimeter radius. Again substituting in circumference, the equation for circumference is 2 pi r. 2 into 22 by 7 into 21. Now 7 and 21, 7 into 3 is 21. So 7 and 21 cancelling, here 3. So 2 into 22 into 3, you will get 132 centimeters. Next question. Saima wants to put a lace on the edge of a circular table cover of diameter 1.5 meter. Find the length of the lace required and also find its cost if 1 meter of the lace cost 15 rupees 15. So here, since the diameter is not given in terms of 7 multiples, so they have already given in the question, take pi is equal to 3.14. So what is it? A circular table, isn't it? She wants to put the lace on the edge of the circular, not full area, only on the edge she want to put. That means circumference only we need to find, and that table's diameter is given 1.5. So it's given diameter, not radius. So first we need to find what? Diameter, so radius. Then we have to find the length of the lace required and also the cost. Same type of question. So we'll go to the answer. Diameter of the table cover is given as 1.5 meter. Here what radius first we have to find. So dividing by 2. Here they divided because what? It is not in terms of 7. So we will anyway we will get a decimal number and we cannot cancel also. So 1.5 by 2 is 0.75 meter. Now length of the lace means we have to find the what distance around that circular table, the total distance. What is that we call? Circumference. So circumference of the circle is 2 pi r. So the length of the lace required will be the circumference of the circular table, that is 2 pi r. 2 into pi they have already given in the question to take 3.14. So 2 into 3.14 into r we got 0.75 meter. So here there is nothing to cancel, that is why they ask you to use instead of 22 by 7 3.14. Now once you multiply you will get 4.710 meter. So this is the total length of lace needed for covering the circular table. That means the boundary distance. Now the cost of lace is given for 1 meter, it is rupees 15. So for 4.710 meter it will be 15 into 4.710 rupees 70.65.